This is round two. I'm doing this for everybody that requested I redo the video because of the audio issues from the first one. I'm trying my best to stay committed to the work and for the people. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta help me afford to keep doing this, y'all. I cannot stand repeating myself and doing things more than once and doing things over. So at least please like, share, comment, subscribe definitely, and hit that bell so you can stay updated and get alerted anytime I upload a new video. Alright, to get right into it. Obtaining the statement or certificate of origin for a vehicle. You cannot get this document if you are getting a loan on an automobile unless it's a private lender. For example, a friend. This process works when you are paying cash or you're paying in full or have secured private funds or banker in order to secure the private automobile. A bank giving you a loan may demand you to register the automobile. So you need to ask them up front if you are using a public bank. If you're using a public bank, you need to ask them up front. Are they going to demand that you register the vehicle? If you have the funds to pay in full, do not have the funds. I'm sorry. If you have the funds to pay in full, or do not have the funds but have secured funding, either way, you never have to tell the seller that you are paying for the automobile or who your lender is. So you never have to tell the seller that you are paying for the automobile. It don't matter who is paying for the automobile, as long as they get their money. Next, you are never the buyer. State, I am acting on behalf of the buyer and have been tasked with purchasing the automobile. All entities needed to know is that you will pay in full when all proper documents have been provided as stated below. Do not do an electronic funds transfer from your lender or your bank account to the seller. Get a certified check so your name / address, etc. are not on the check. Procedure. Number one. Number one, before you sign the purchase agreement, tell the dealer that you want physical possession of the original manufacturer's statement of certificate of origin for a vehicle. They must be able to pass clear certificate of origin, clear of any security interest, no outstanding liens. Don't give them a check until everything is on the table and they can show you the original certificate of origin, clear of any liens. Number two, on the bill of sale, give the address as your name, care of, temporary mailing address, spell out the state, no zip code, or you put your zip code in brackets. Why are we putting our zip codes in brackets? To protect us from jurisdiction issues of the U.S. The brackets removes us from the jurisdiction of the U.S. or reserves our rights for using the zip code, our U.S. zip code. This mailing location may be yours. No need to give a phone number. They will not need to reach you. You will contact them for any needs. Take note, the dealership may have the bill of sale typed up, and if so, the name and address will most likely be all caps, but don't be alarmed. Number three, once the bill of sale is complete to your satisfaction and the price is agreed upon, put non-negotiable at the top. Sign your name, your whole name, with reservation of rights. At this point, I should not have to tell you or how to reserve your rights within a contract. That's one of the simplest things that we've already went over and exhausted. When you sign your name on any contract, you, me, we reserve our rights within the contract by simply stating or writing UCC 1-308 next to our names. Some people put without prejudice. You could just put UCC 1-308. It's all up to you. Once you start putting a whole bunch of other stuff on there, though, that kind of sends a red flag, and they actually can identify it. They actually notice what you're doing. So in some situations, they notice what you're doing, or notice there's some other type of extra designations below or right next to your signature. They'll either question it, or depending on what type of company it is, especially if it's an insurance company, they'll deny it because they don't want you to reserve your rights in the contract. If you reserve your rights in the contract, that limits their rights within the contract, which puts you at a victory standing if you ever had to be if you ever had to go to court against the company. All right. It may be wise to put a statement of contract saying they must pass clear title, like the private property herein described at this time of delivery is not subject to any security interest, and seller warrants title to be free and clear of any encumbrances, and for the value received by seller does not transfer full and clear deed/title to property herein described. Number 4. Inform the dealer the automobile will be taken out of state. If they ask any other questions about registration, tell them that the buyer will take care of any necessary recordings required by law. If you need to, make a statement that if the automobile is registered, the contract is voided, and that all monies will be refunded for breach of contract. This should not be necessary, though. Number 5. For the certificate of origin, they will ask you what state the automobile will be registered in. As they usually collect state taxes or state sales tax of the registration state at the point of sale, you will probably be required to give an address for the state. Or if you are moving to another state for a job, for example, or etc., then give them a temporary address for the certificate of origin, as your whole name, copywritten name, temporary mailing location, your care of, state, zip, or no zip or zip code in brackets. I recommend putting the zip, putting in brackets. You sign your whole name. And again, no need to give a phone number. They do not need to reach you. You will contact them for any needs. You can also give them out of state address in a state where there are no state taxes on automobiles, such as Oregon. Be sure the dealer has signed the back of the certificate of origin. Now that's a nice method right there, as far as giving the dealer out-of-state address, such as Oregon, to eliminate the obligation of paying taxes for an individual state. All right, number 6, if you pay by check, you will probably have to wait a number of days to make sure the check clears, of course. And then you can return to pick up the certificate of origin. Again, be sure the dealer, seller has signed the back of the certificate of origin. Once you have the automobile, copy the front and back of the certificate of origin, complete a simple letter stating that the attached CO is an exact copy of the original in your possession, and have a notary sign it, or use the National Notary Association copy certification by document custodian form. This is so that you never give/show anyone your original certificate of origin, so no one can take or keep it. Do not keep the copy nor the original in your automobile. Keep the original in a safe place and a certified copy where you can get to it if you need it, but not in the automobile. Only copy the front, not the back, and make a statement on the back side. This page is intentionally left blank. If ever needed to show this copy to a servant, the back page is missing where the blanks are for the seller to fill in. No fraudulent servant can fill it in to sell or convert to state property. Well, at least it'll be very difficult. Next, file a UCC-1 with the Secretary of State, SOS, if you haven't completed UCC-1 filing yet. When doing any Secretary of State filing, it is wise to pay to get the certified copy of the filing back, of course. Be sure to get the UCC forms that say National at the bottom, which can be found on the Wisconsin Secretary of State website at www.wffi.org. The UCC-1 filing becomes your plate number. Order 2 flags / plates per auto with fuzzy at 92. Now, these two numbers right here, the 920-426-4226, we have to make sure that's still valid. But anyway, that company makes vinyls that fits $18 each, or you can get it at Display Craft, and that we have to verify that number as well to make sure that's up to date. But now this whole the UCC-1 filing, as far as with the Wisconsin, that's I don't know. I'm not sure if that's 100% necessary, because the original filing for the UCC is done in Washington. Now, once you do that initial filing, if you've already done your UCC-1 filing, which you should have, the only thing you should be doing now as you're adding another property or gaining another property or buying another property is doing the UCC-3. And a UCC-3 is done either per vehicle or per property, period. So now each property has its own identification number. But this is another remedy. So use at your best. Use this as you wish. Me personally, everything goes through Washington. Now let's check real quick as far as oops, I'm sorry. Google's bad. We don't do Google. DuckDuckGo. private surfing. Let's go to buy custom plates. All right, so anytime you get information from people or anywhere, especially on the internet, that's not to say that's the only thing, the only possibility, the only way. It all depends on you, your personal situation, what other resources that you have, or how far you might be in your own particular process. Like I said, I don't 100% agree with anything. You know, it's personal. It's about personal decision. Now, as we can see right here, like I said, those two numbers may not be accurate, or those two companies might not even exist anymore. But we can see right here, we can get custom plates right here by Build a Design or builddesign.com. I would purchase the metal ones if I was you guys. Wholesale, or aluminum, myself. Wholesale aluminum plates. And then, like I said, they're not. Oh no. No, we don't want that. Wrong plates. Let's see, special order entries, like spray. Yeah, I don't want that. Pros, rocking plates. Let's try these guys. We have Sticky Life. Yeah, so all we need is basic stuff, man. We don't need all this junk. But you guys get the point, though. Yeah, I would go with the first one out of these we just seen. But you guys get the point. Do your own due diligence to find the appropriate play. I personally would stick with only a company that has I would stick with the aluminums. So nothing shit won't look cheesy. All right, now like I say, every method from here on out, that's at your own, like, this is at your own will, you know, because I personally go in another route as far as the whole private license plates and stuff like that, because I don't get, this is my thing. There's people out here that stick to this method alone as far as plating, as far as getting plates and stuff for their vehicle, or utilizing the UCC number for the plate number. But be advised that means you're still gonna probably have to deal with more encounters with the police, and that's not my thing. So we're not gonna get into detail of the other resources and alternatives to this next phase right here after you get your certificate of origin. But I'm just gonna share this particular method with you guys for those who care to go this method. It's all about having choices and options. All right, so to be continued. Now, okay, so if your filing number is greater than 11 numbers, use the last 11 numbers of the filing for your plate number. It's a lot of numbers, though. That's what I'm saying. All right, complete the process by filing one UCC3 per automobile. This adds the automobile to your UCC1 as an amendment. True. The UCC3 filing becomes the title of your private property in the way it does. In Block 8, place as a description the automobile serial number, aka VIN number, but do not write VIN as this is a statute term. True. Use serial number in place of it. Absolutely. Place the value of the auto. Use 3 times the replacement value for the figure. Definitely should, because once you leave off the lot, it loses value. And the state See attached copy of certificate of origin, then staple the copy of the front and the back of the certificate of origin to the UCC3. Note, right at an angle copy on the front and back of the title if you wish. State this in the assignment of the title and the application for the new one. Once the UCC3 filing is filed and returned, make two to three copies minus the certificate of origin copy, but including the certified filings / pages or notice, and the notary statement of the certified to be a true copy. Place these copies in your automobile. Again, no copy of the certificate of origin. No copy of the certificate of origin in your vehicle. With the UCC3, you are placing in your automobile. The filing number on the UCC3 claim of your UCC claim number, a claim is defined as title. Henceforth, the UCC3 is the title. Now that's important. It says the UCC number on the UCC3, which is the number, the UCC number you're going to get for that particular property, is the claim number. A claim number or a claim is defined as title, and henceforth the UCC3 is the title. That's big. We can get real creative with that. We can get real creative with that. If the officer needs to verify the title, UCC3, he or she simply can go onto the filing Secretary of State website and look it up. Okay. Now that's true. I gotta put my 2 cents on that. That's true. That's true. That is true. That's all he or she has to do. This is the problem with that, though, that some of us can have with that. It could be a headache, because that means every time we get pulled over with these plates with this number on there that is not pulling up in their system, is they pull us over, they start running this and running that, asking us questions and all this other shit, and then we tell them to go to this website, even though it is the Secretary of State website. But the peace officers or public servants are trained to use the programs that they're trained to use, and the programs and systems that they're trained to use, they are trained to program the officers, that is. They are trained to program to only believe that those systems and programs are the only things that are valid and the only things that can validate our identification. That's my only problem with this particular part or part of the process, or of this process. But hey, it is worth testing out. I'm personally not gonna do that one. But all right. You know what? That's not to say I won't do it. I would have to test that out, and I would have to get out a full run. I probably am with one of my vehicles, just to test it out, because I believe, like I said, when certain information drops, you get your hands on certain stuff, it's up to you to perfect that and to make it work, or to make it more solid for you. This might be good for, this might be great, this might be perfect for y'all, for the majority. For me, I need my shit to be $100 grand. I don't even want to get pulled over. That's my objective. Don't even touch. Don't talk to me. When you run my plates, that shit say do not fuck with. That's my status. Do not fuck with. I ain't got time to play these games with these people. So Do not carry any evidence of statutory documents. No certificate of origin, driver's license, etc. They're saying that because that driver's license brings you back into jurisdiction, which makes you have to present their documents. Which is what? The registration, the insurance, well, mainly the registration, and that title. Well, mainly that. If you produce a driver's license, now you have to produce a registration for the vehicle, and or the title, and insurance. You know what I'm saying? So and that's the purpose. That's the purpose of this right here, of saying don't carry any evidence of statutory documents, because these documents make you liable for statutory rules, ordinances, and other regulations, state-made regulations. All right. It's the World Passport. That means obtain the World Service Authority passport and ID. I've already given out that resource, which that's one of many, but that's all we're gonna talk about right there. So do your own research on it. If you ain't been following along, do your own research. You go back to the other videos on how to become a world citizen. Here goes David. His number is 202-638-2662. Very good man, very respectful, honest man. Will answer any and all questions you have about obtaining world citizenship, passport, IDs, birth certificates, all other good stuff. Have I went through that process? 100%. I'm all the way through. I have everything the world's government has to offer. And carry in place of the driver's license. Any questions, if pulled over, hand over the World Service Authority ID, your UCC3, and any insurance info on the automobile if you have insured the automobile. But remember, the insurance cannot be insured. Cannot be to insure a driver, as you are not a driver. That is true. You're not a driver. Now, if you have documented that you are a driver, guess what? That means in order to be a driver, you have to have a driver's license. Instead, you are driving your personal private vehicle for personal conveyance. So you can't have a document stating that you have this to cover you as a driver. All right. Always use copies of the original papers and be sure to have them notarized to be true original copies, or true copies of the originals. And yeah, that's all, folks. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all other good shit. Peace out. Y'all got some other shit to add to this pie? Add it in. Add it in. Add it in. Only constructive criticism advised. Peace out.